Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about social media and powerlifting and why it's important to look at the big picture, especially as viewers and spectators of the sport. Now, with social media, there's been a huge explosion within the powerlifting community where there's content available that was just not there years ago. Now, whether it's individuals posting up photos and videos on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram, it's all within your fingertips as long as you access these different outlets. So that being said, you have all these individuals posting all of their content online. Chances are that if you're going to be posting about yourself, you're going to be putting yourself in a good light or trying to present yourself in a positive manner. So that usually translates into pretty much posting up only videos of PRs, only videos of meet performances and heavy top sets during training days. And now the positive to this is that there's a lot to be learned from this, especially if you're a spectator. It's really entertaining to watch. It can also be really motivating as a competitor, and it can also really serve to kind of inspire the next generation of lifters to look up to new role models. But when I say that it's important to look at the big picture, I say it's important to do so because when you're catching all these highlights and you're catching all of these good moments, I think it's really easy to forget that there's also a bad side of things sometimes too. Especially when, let's say you look up to a certain athlete and all they ever post are PRs. So you're looking through their feed or you're looking through their Instagram profile, and every single video is a top 100% optimal training day for them, full of PRs, great sets and that sort of thing. But what you might not be catching is that that person has failed to put up, a few failed attempts here and there. They didn't put up footage of one day where they just had a bad day, that sort of thing. So what this creates is sort of kind of this illusion for people where it can actually be kind of discouraging, especially if you're trying to follow your own journey. So while you may be sitting there as a viewer thinking that you suck because you had a few bad training sessions and your role model or your competitor or this athlete is posting all these PRs and great days, you might think that they're awesome, but in reality, they might actually be just as much as struggling as you. But because you're only catching the highlight footage, you don't really see this big picture. So I think it's really important as viewers and spectators of the sport to really look into this and see exactly, not only the good things, but also the bad things. So that's one thing that I've personally focused on with my YouTube channel is you will not only see the times where I do very well and when I hit PRs, but you'll also see my failed attempts. And I just put that out there just to be realistic with you guys because not everybody is perfect, and to try to fool you guys into thinking that I think would be a disservice to all of you as viewers and as supporters of what I'm doing. So that's kind of one point with why it's important to look at the big picture. But also the second thing is it's important to look at the big picture because sometimes if you're only looking at the highlights, it's easy not to realize just how much hard work is really put into it. So maybe you're only catching this person's main lifts, but you don't actually see the fact that they just hammer out their accessory work like no other, and that they do all this other ton of conditioning work, that they eat extremely well, and they have a well-balanced diet. You might not catch all of these things, but because you're only catching the highlight footage, you don't really think about it. So once again, it's important to look at the big picture to make sure that you don't get discouraged, but also that you realize that there's a lot of more hard work that goes on behind the scenes that you may not be catching. So once again, a lot of positive things that have come about with social media and the explosion of powerlifting and the way that people present themselves, but just be wary about the things that you see online. Make sure that you are using your head and you're being realistic, because not everything is always as it seems to be. So thank you guys. If you like this video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, comment, just give me some feedback. That would be great. Thank you.